Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Wiser Biker, and today is an exciting day again because we are going to do shop visit again. Now this one is interesting because I actually chanced upon this shop that is hidden in the industrial blocks of Defu Lane. Now what caught my eyes was that this whole shop carries foldable bikes only. And I know that a lot of you are interested in foldable bikes, have been asking us to introduce a lot more foldable bikes to you. So I decided to bring you guys to this shop and take a closer look at the models of bikes that they have. It could be interesting to you. Let's see. So here we are at TemSG. So here at TemSG, I see that the main brands that they carry are actually Rival, Fanhorn, as well as the popular 360, and they also have some entry-level foldable bikes such as the Hito and the Java Zero. Now basically these are the 7-speed foldable bikes that, like the Java Zero that we have introduced to you before. Pretty good solid bike as well, and very affordable. So I found a few interesting bikes, and this is the first one I want to show you. It is the Fanhorn Gust. It's a 16-inch foldable bike. Right, so at first glance, this bike uses a 9-speed setup as well as a disc brake. Now, but what is most important to me about a foldable bike is the folding mechanism. I mean, I felt that it's very essential that it folds well, smooth, and secure. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to try testing the folding mechanism of this bike. Right, so the folding is actually quite easy to me. It's quite straightforward, like most of the bifold bikes. Well, the only thing is I need a little bit of familiarization with the orientation of the cranks. I mean, so do any other folding bikes that you're going to fold it for the first time. You need to know how to orientate the cranks to keep it the best and neat folding as it is. But looking at it, the folding mechanism is actually quite smooth and secure. The joints are pretty well done in my opinion. So let's take a closer look at the component used for this 16-inch Fanhorn Gust. Like I said before, it's a 9-speed setup and uses a Shimano Sora shifter as well as a rear derailleur. It is also fitted with a Light Pro Holotech crankset, 53T chainring. This bike uses a mechanical disc brake system. The levers are Avid and the brake calipers are Light Pro. As for the wheel sets, it's Light Pro Aero super aluminum alloy wheel sets, and the weight of this bike is roughly around 9.4 to 9.6 kg. The next interesting bike that we found here is actually their best seller. Now, first let me tell you the price point, because at this price point, we got some very interesting specs here. Okay, this is the Rival R310 and the RD10. RV stands for V-brake and RD stands for disc brake. And they are just $40 difference in their price, with the RV10 priced at $549 and the RD10 is selling at $589. Other than the brakes, these two bikes are using exactly the same components. Basically, they are 20-inch wheel sets and running on 9-speed setup. But remember the most important thing, yes, folding mechanism, and so I'm going to try folding both of them. And if you are wondering, is there any difference in folding for a V-brake setup as well versus disc brake setup, we are going to find out. So I'm going to start with the RV10. So a little bit of a interesting feature here is that it's fitted with a magnet to keep the bike wheels closed when you fold it. And I think this is a very thoughtful feature to have, so that when you fold it and want to put it onto a car, or you want to even push it around, the wheels won't come apart. So as for the folding, like the previous model that we've tested, it is very smooth, and at the same time, the quality of the folding, the joints are actually very neat. So far I'm pretty impressed by the folding mechanism of the rival bikes. Next, I'm going to fold the RD10. Well, so the folding is as smooth, except that this time with the disc brake, you might have to pay a little bit more attention to the rotors when you fold, just in case that the handle grip might touch against them. So you might have to adjust accordingly. Just do some slight adjustments, that's all. There is a difference in terms of the folding, the compactness of these bikes when folded. The difference between a V-brake setup as well as a disc brake setup. And you can see that the V-brake setup is more compact when it's closed. So let's take a closer look at the components of the RD10. It uses a 9-speed group set, the Shimano Altus shifter as well as the Shimano Altus derailleur. This one uses a square tapered bottom bracket with a JK Aero crankset, and the chainring size is 53T. For the cassette, it's a 1132 setup, 9-speed. As for the brake system, this uses a bifold mechanical disc brake. Okay, so much about the bifold bikes. Now we've got here the trifold bike that is carried at here, TemSG, and that is the 360. The trifold bike has been gaining a lot of popularity in recent time, and well, I'm glad that we got one here that we can show you. It is a 16-inch setup, 3-speed internal hub gear. Okay, so I'm going to do the folding of this bike right now. Well, as the name suggests, it's a tri-fold, so definitely there's one more folding to be done, and it is less intuitive as compared to the bifold systems, but when folded up, it is so neat. And the cool thing about this is that for a trifold bike like this 360, it is very mobile. You can push it with the rollers at the bottom. So it's very friendly on public transports. So this 360 uses a 3-speed internal hub gear, and it's the Stormy Archer SRF3. Now, just a matter of fact, the Stormy Archer is the first internal hub gear in the world. As for the brake system, it's a rim brake, both front and back. Now here we got a smaller crankset as to compared to the previous bikes. It's a 46T chain ring and on a square tapered bottom bracket. And the overall weight of this bike is about 12.6 kg. Right, so clearly we can see that if you compare the gear setup, the group set, this trifold bike will have fewer gears as compared to the bifold counterparts. But after all, the uniqueness of a trifold bike is on its folding mechanism and the mobility when folded. Now, so the 360 comes in various colors. The price is range from $980 to $1,050 depending on the colors itself. Well, personally, I prefer this Postman green. I'm not sure if you, I really have a thing for green, but let me know what are your preferences. You can list it in the comment box below. Okay, for those of you who are craving for higher performance, better specs, the Fanhorn Gust also comes in a higher tier setup. It's running on 451 wheels and full Shimano tear grass group set. And they come in really cool modern metallic shades. And the retail price, $1,180. And the final bike I want to show you today is this bling bling here that caught our eyes. It is the Rival ASA. Now, not only that the bike frame itself is in shining gold, it's got some very interesting components as well, and I will show you in a short while. Now, but on first look, this is a 2x11 speed setup on a disc brake. So same thing, I'm going to show you the folding. So now you can see that when folded, the handle stem as well as this whole handlebar setup is now on the outward, it's on the outside of the bike, no longer on the inside. And personally, I prefer this setup because I don't have to meddle with the handlebar before folding it, and it also won't cause any disruption to my handlebar setup. Sometimes I would probably have different accessories on it as well. Yeah, so I pretty much prefer to have it folded in this way without any disturbance to my handlebar. And it will not also interfere with my disc rotor as well. We're going to look at the components in detail. This bike uses a 2x11 speed setup, and it's got SRAM S series shifters as well as SRAM rival front and rear derailleurs. As for the crankset, it is a Pro wheel, 50x34 chain rings, and a Holotech BB. It's fitted with a mechanical disc brake, Shimano mechanical disc brake, and a Tektro brake lever. So what is the price of this bling bling and all these sexy components? 1,300 Singapore dollars. Now, for those of you who like to have more customization, they have also got the Alaka Service for you, which means you can actually choose the frame that you want and mix and match the other components. They actually got some really cool components here available for you to choose from, as well as to upgrade your existing bike. Now, from chain rings, disc brakes, stems, crankset, handlebars, you name it, they have it. And of course, wheel sets. Here at TemSG, they've got the Light Pro wheel sets. A lot of Light Pro wheel sets, different sizes for you to choose from as well, and different colors, of course, to match with your bike. As for tires, they've got Suave, Kenda, as well as Victoria. And of course, don't forget about your safety lights. They've got quite a big selection here as well. Some from the simple tail lights like these LED tail lights to the higher spec ones. The Super One Smart Bike tail light, I think we have introduced before, is got some smart features. It can detect your motion, your braking as well. If you're looking for some bright lights, they have 300 lumen to 1,800 lumen bicycle front lights. This is pretty powerful bicycle lights they have here. Alright, so out of all the bikes that we've seen today, I think we got a favorite here, and that is the rival RD10. Now, the most important reason is that this rival RD10 costs less than $600, and it doesn't cost a bomb, but it's got a lot of good components in it. Shimano 9-speed group set, in my opinion, is very sufficient for a foldable bike. I can use this bike for commuting, for leisure rides, for social rides, and I can even use this for some long distance rides. And the folding mechanism, as I have tried earlier on, is very smooth and very secure. And coupled with the magnets that they have installed, it makes the frame tightly closed when it's folded. That makes the handling of the bike, like carrying it or pushing or pulling or dragging this bike, very easy without the frames keep opening up. And that's what I really like about this bike. And well, currently it weighs about 11 kg, but I believe that they got a lot of potential to upgrade it. For example, you can just simply change the crankset to a Holotech crankset, for example, and that can easily lower the weight to about 10 kg. So no wonder this is their bestseller, because I guess a lot of people also see what I'm seeing right now. But if you have other opinions, do let us know. Put in the comment box below and tell us which is your favorite. Okay, so if you're interested to come and visit TemSG, here is the address. And of course, they also have a website where they display and sell their bikes. But of course, it's better to come here and visit and test it out, because they do have some bikes for you to test and the shop owners and the salesperson here are very friendly, and they are able to give you very good suggestions that meets your need. Okay, so that's all we have today. Thank you very much. But before we go, we want to thank TemSG again for letting us come here and visit their very cool shop and letting us play around with their bikes. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please remember to subscribe and do give us a thumbs up to encourage us for more contents and work harder for the future for you. Now, if you have any other bike shops that you chance upon or you already know and are very interesting, do let us know and drop in the comment box below so that we can go and visit them as well. Okay, so see you soon.